So hey guys, I'm kind of in traffic. It's been a long time. I don't remember the last time I recorded anything, honestly. So I am in term 5 now at WGU, and I am trying to finish critical care. I did take my OA early in the term, which the term started February the 1st, and I made the mistake of taking it, and I didn't do well. I didn't do horribly, but I didn't pass. And so I've been on remediation for that. You know, it's the same as psych. Like, I jump the gun. I get all ahead of myself. I get anxious, and I just want to do it. I just want it to be over. And it's my own fault. And so, like I said, I've been completing the remediation. I have studied so much. And this coming Saturday is actually my skills check off for critical care. So, God willing, I pass this and all is well, because that would be my last skills check off ever in my life. So I'm pretty hyped about that, and so hopefully I do well with that and get that over with, and like I said, just be done with that. But so critical care has primarily been over shock, the various shocks, of course, vents, care and maintenance, and alarms, knowing the different alarms, a lot of other stuff, nothing I can think of right now. So where I'm coming from today is I went to orientation for a PRN job as an OVN, and you're like, okay, but you're fixing to graduate as an RN. What's that about? Well, at my current job, I went from full-time to part-time I still need the income, but I need to be able to manipulate my schedule to make it conducive to, allowing me time to study when I need to study, and to be off when I need to be off, without being, bound to a full-time schedule. I mean, although I was just doing 312s, it's still a lot. And so, so that's what I did, and that's what I'm doing. And so it's for an assisted living, and I feel like it's going to be a really cush job. I'm not saying I'm not going to work, obviously, but I'm just saying, like, in comparison to, like, anything else I could be doing as an LVN, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm really excited about that, because, this stage in the game, I'm, like, so mentally overwhelmed and tired, and just, I'm ready for it all to be over with. So anyway, God willing, my goal is to retake the OA. I'm sorry about the lighting. I know this sucks right now, but anyway, I never think about recording unless I'm in the car, so sorry. But I am hoping to retake the OA this Sunday. I've decided and told myself that if I do well on my skills check off and I pass that I feel like that would be the confidence booster that I need, right? To just kind of like, okay, I'm still capable of doing something and being, successful. And so I have decided if I do well on that, then my goal is to take the OA Sunday. And honestly, guys, I think I'm ready. I really feel like I have a good grasp on, what I'm looking for in the questions and what the questions are really asking me. And I think that's what tripped me up in when I took the initial OA. It got to the point that all of the options started to seem the same, and I didn't know enough about the different disease process to differentiate, okay, which one are they really talking about, right? And so that was the issue with that, and again, that's my fault. But so once I do that, then my clinicals for critical care will actually be late March, like actually more like early April, because I think my first day is going to be like April 1st or March 31st, something like that. So anyway, so not till then. So But I really would like to have this OA done before then, because what I'm scared of is that it's kind of like if you don't use it, you'll lose it, right? So I'm scared that I'll forget some information that I might know now. I may forget the details about a certain process or a certain intervention if I wait too long. So yeah, so that's what that's about. And then I'll do my clinical rotation, and then I'll immediately start my role transition. And from what I understand for that class, it's a lot of papers. And so I think, like, I don't know how many papers, but anyway, it's a few papers. And that's it. So, you know, I mean, then I'll have, what most colleges consider like your capstone, right? Your last clinical rotation, the whole 180 hours. I will have that in June. But I'm hoping, and what my goal is to have all the didactic, all the papers, all that done for that last class before I ever even start that rotation, so I can just go through the rotation and just be done, right? So that's my goal with that. And then maybe chill out for, you know, a couple weeks, you know, ride it out. Now, my official last day for this term and for school, like my done, is going to be July the 31st. And so that is my official last day of school, completely done. But I'm really hoping to be done with all the didactic and the papers and the classes themselves prior to that. And so far in this entire program, I've been able to do that, right? I've been able to buy myself like a little break, and I usually get done with my classes anywhere from like 4 to 6 weeks early. So if I could do that this time, that would be so awesome, because I'm so ready. Like, I am so tired, and I know for some of you guys, you're in school too. You know exactly where I'm at, what I'm feeling. And then there's some of you that haven't even started, and you're like, oh my God. And I don't want to scare anybody, but you know, it's real. I have a family. I'm a mom. I'm a grandma. I only have one child still at home. My other children are adults. I have a granddaughter, my first girl. I have 3 sons, and I finally am going to have a baby girl. It's my first granddaughter, and she is due at the end of April. So you see why I'm such a hurry, right? I want to hurry up and be done so I can spend time with her and love on her and just be a grandma. You know, I'm a young grandma, and that's okay. I started off really young, having my own children, for those of you that have seen my videos before. But this is exciting, and my joke right now is, well, I've always said this, that God's got jokes on me because of the way I had my first three children, my only 3 children, how they came to be. And I've always said God's got jokes on me. And so now the joke is that, really, God, you're gonna wait? I've been pursuing this bachelor's for like 1,000 years, like seriously, like since my older 2 kids were little. And now that I'm gonna make a little change, now you're giving me a granddaughter, a mother of all boys, and you're gonna give me a granddaughter now. He just wants me to stay broke, you know? I mean, he just doesn't want to see me come up. And so that's the joke right now. But, no, God is good. And he has really, I was thinking about that this morning in the shower. I was like, wow, he has totally provided for me and my children. I mean, I had my first one when I was barely 16. And I was just thinking last night how I remembered when we lived in this little bitty house, me and my oldest son by ourselves, and he was a baby, he was a toddler, and we didn't have, well, if anybody knows, I don't even know if they make them anymore, but water coolers, not a regular AC. So all we had for the entire house was a water cooler. So what we would do is stay in the tub all day. I mean, I was like all of 17. We lived by ourselves from 16 all the way till I was 23. And I didn't have no money for us to go nowhere. And I couldn't waste gas or gas money. So we just played in the tub all the time. Like, put on our bathing suits and just like hung out in the tub. You know, that was our thing, to stay cool in our house. And, you know, and I just think about that. And like last night, me and I only have one child still at home, and he's my 9-year-old. and he's always asking me, Mom, lay with me, or he wants to come lay in my bed, and I'm like, you're a big kid now. But so he's on spring break. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go lay down with him. And so I went and laid down with him, and I guess his vent wasn't open all the way. And I was like, oh my gosh, like it's hot in here. Like you step out in the hall and you could feel the air, but in his room it just felt so hot. So I opened the vent and I cranked down the AC, and then that's what made me realize, wow, Roxanne, wow, you sure have come a long way from water coolers and staying cool in the bathtub. You know, just being able to crank that AC down like 65, 67 and cool off. Man, to be able to, you know, I remember the days too, you know, in other places that we live where we did have AC units, like regular air conditioners, but like they were the window units, right? And you might have one in every other room, like the living room, right? But once you walk down to the hallway, you were just like, oh my gosh, the heat would catch your breath. Because I live in Texas, and Texas don't play. When it's summertime, it's summertime. So, I don't know. The Lord just reminded me of all that. And so when I woke up this morning, I woke up with a really like grateful heart, which is very typical for me. It's nothing new, but I was in the shower like I always am, thanking God. But I was thanking God for the AC, like, oh my gosh. And every night, because I take a shower twice a day, once in the morning, once at night, and every night I always thank God. I'm like, oh my God, thank you for hot showers. Thank you, Lord, because let me tell you what, I've been on mission trips and we're taking them cold showers, and you know, and if you've ever been to somewhere like Honduras, like it's hot all day, and so you're dying for a cold shower, but then in the night when you finally get one, it's cooled off, right? It's kind of chilly outside, and now you're freezing taking this cold shower. So anyway, I know that it's all way off topic, but I just, you know, God has just been so faithful to me, and I know not everybody believes, but if you've lived my life, and if you have only, you know, walked in my shoes for a short time and been through what I've been through, the fact that I walk, the fact that I can have children, all the odds were against me. I wasn't supposed to walk. I wasn't supposed to have children. I was a 15-year-old pregnant single girl, a kid, no support, and I can't tell you all the times that it was looking real bleak for me and my kids, and God would just come through and he would just save the day. And I believe, and there's nothing in this world that can make me not believe, because I've seen him do it so many times, and he continues to do it. And here I am, you know, 43 years old, 2 kids already grown, still chasing this dream of being a nurse, earning my bachelor's, and I'm almost to the end of the line, and I am still leaning on him just as hard and heavy as I always have. Like, okay, God, you've brought me this far, you know. Not to say I don't do the work, because I do the work. I study my butt off. I study every second, every spare second. Right now I'm driving around with a pack of flashcards that I made for myself. I mean, if I'm spending time with my family, sometimes I'll crack my book, or I'll, you know, start doing some practice questions, you know, for 15 minutes, and just to get it, you know, say that I did it. You know, when you're this age, you're not 20 something and you can't remember, oh, well, I seen that on page 289, you know, 3 weeks ago. No, it doesn't, I don't retain it like that and for that long, you know, unless I'm, you know, rehearsing it or applying it or whatever. So, anyway, I know I've said a lot, but I just kind of wanted to come in and just stop by and say, hey, and to let you know that I'm still in the game, and that I'm trying to just knock this out this last semester, and I'm excited, and I just hope that my life is a testimony to somebody, and that age ain't no but a number, and beginnings don't matter. They don't make they don't make a difference towards your end. How you begin is not the way you'll end. You know, you'll just, whatever you choose to do in this life, you can do. When I was 18, I decided that we were all born knowing the same amount of nothing. And that's all I needed to know to inspire myself, motivate myself, and give myself the confidence I needed to take one class at a time, just do one little thing at a time, and so I just want to give God all the glory. And again, if you have any questions, drop them down below. Otherwise, I'll just keep you guys updated as I can these last couple of months, all right? You take care. God bless.